Hey guys, Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Wolverine and X-Men issue 16. So let's see what's going on with this issue, and let's talk about the cover. Gotta say I wasn't excited to read this issue. I actually put this on like the bottom of my pile, just because I'm not a big fan of Bocello's art. So he's very graffiti, sloppy art, and I'm not a big fan of his artwork, and I was actually very happy that we haven't seen him in a while on this title, so I was a little disappointed. And the cover kind of looked, it didn't really get me excited, I was like, who are these people? And I'm like, oh, okay, excited for this issue. So I was like, I wasn't totally excited for this issue, but it is a Wolverine and X-Men issue, so I was like, alright, it has to be good, or, at least the story has to be good. But let's see if I did enjoy this issue with not being excited to read it and not excited for the cover. So in this issue, we get to meet a new character, Cade Kilgore, who is a 11-year-old child who is pure evil, and we get to learn his origins of how he's pure evil, and how he killed his father, and how he became the leader of the Hellfire Club at only 11 years old. And that's pretty much what happened in this story. The only complaint, well, actually I have a couple of complaints in this issue, but for story-wise, a complaint I had about this issue is that the title is called Wolverine and X-Men, right? No one from the Jean Grey Institute is in this series. The only people that are in the X-Men that are in this series are Cyclops, Emma, Namor, Colossus, the Phoenix Five. Yeah, so why are they in this issue? I mean, this would make perfect sense if it was a Uncanny X-Men issue, because they're, that's their title. But Wolverine and X-Men, when Schism happened, that's Wolverine and whoever was on Wolverine's side, X-Men. So why are we having the Uncanny X-Men roster, or people, in Wolverine and X-Men, and calling it a Wolverine and X-Men title? Even though they're not a big part of this issue, it still annoys me that, no one from Wolverine and X-Men was actually in this issue. Again, it's more of this origin stories of this new villain or whatever, which he was interesting. I gotta say I like kind of the style that they did with this issue, because it reminded me of Kick-Ass a little for some reason, like Red Mist it kind of reminded me of. So I kind of like that portion of this, this issue was, it was kind of reminds me of Kick-Ass. The art kind of reminds me of Kick-Ass. But still, I just felt like it didn't fit for this series, especially if you've been really following this series. It just doesn't fit. And I'm very disappointed with that, because I always get excited for Wolverine and X-Men, because it is, one of my favorite series for X-Men right now. And even though I'm not a big fan of the art, the stories are usually good. And with this, I thought it was okay. The story, his origins is kind of cool, I guess. It's okay. It's different, I would say. It's a different type of origins. With the little kid being, this evil. It's kind of interesting to see that. The story wasn't horrible. I just felt like it was the wrong series to tell it in. And I think that's the best way to put it. I mean, I think this would be a lot better for Uncanny X-Men than Wolverine and X-Men. Again, it's not a bad issue. It's an okay issue. I'm going to give this 3 stars and say, if you're expecting Wolverine and the X-Men, don't pick it up. But if you want to read, an okay origin story for a villain, want to see an 11-year-old be pure evil, you want to see more about the Hellfire Club, it's worth picking up. But for me, if I had to make the decision again, I probably wouldn't pick it up. And especially with the Avengers vs. X-Men tie-in, usually the series is really good with that. But with this issue, it just wasn't that good of a tie-in. And you do see a tie-in, of course, with the Phoenix Five and everything. And it's a little bit before what we're up to with issue 11. But usually tie-ins are a little bit better, and this was just okay, So again, I give it 3 stars. It's really your decision of if you would like to pick it up or not. For me, I would say don't pick it up, just because I wasn't really interested in it. I'm not reading Uncanny X-Men for a reason, because I just don't like the characters in it that much, and it just doesn't interest me. And I feel like this was more of an Uncanny X-Men issue than it was a Wolverine and X-Men issue. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. I say don't pick it up, but if you're into Uncanny X-Men, you might want to pick it up, and, if you like the graffiti style art. But usually the cover really shows what the art is. It's very graffiti, and I just don't think it works for the series. But again, I say don't pick it up, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno on the Rand Situation to get more news about my 2 YouTube channels and updates and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. See you guys. And again, don't pick this issue up.